Not often is it easy on the eyes, but today is one of those days. It's picture perfect, isn't it? Such good-looking people joining me on the show. I feel like a fat cow. That's the beauty of it. Anyway, welcome to Before You. The gorgeous Katrina. And the shoes and the hair and everything's always perfect. She's that princess. And the boy right next to her, who takes off his clothes very often these days for publications. And my God, you're looking in good shape.
Thank you, sir.
We'll leave it to that. Thank
It's
you
all the
for joining.
gluten-free food.
Gluten-free food.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. You look the princess as always.
I actually, when I came and sat down, because we have our yearly meetings that we've been having for the last...
Yeah, you don't do enough films anymore.
However, that's right. Some years. Some years. Last 2 years. But I think you're looking really fit. Or is that one of those, the bulk is covering...
No, this is just the food that's actually over,
come over the muscle.
Yeah, it's just a little, because winter times you need that little...
We need the protective layer.
Yeah, possibly, but it's not something that I want to keep with me. But I have to say something. So before anything about the film, the first words, wow, how beautiful the two of them are looking. You know, you come off, we'll come to you actually, but how this good-looking bit, it can go well for the film. It can go against the film also at times. It always comes with you, with that tag. Did you like that as a first response? Because the color palette, the look, it was gorgeous. I don't want to see anymore. It didn't matter anymore, you know, how the film is.
No, I know what you're saying in a way. I was going to say that in my books, even though the question was addressed to Adi, I'm going to answer it anyways, because I'm just in that mood today. That when the question's for you or for me, I'm answering it.
Intravenously had a shot of coffee.
Be careful, buddy. Never do all this on the camera.
Boy, it was a crazy place, man.
So, I was saying, in my books, when someone says something is too good looking or good looking at all, or even a little bit good looking or super duper good looking, that's always a good thing, right? It's never for me a negative connotation. But I know what you're saying in this case, where people said that, you know, the tone of the film and the paintings and the frames and the landscape, everything's so beautiful and poetic. So sometimes you kind of feel, is it, you know, is it too perfect? Like, can you get in there and feel it?
Work to make that also, yeah. You know, it becomes easy, I guess, to dress the two of you all up. And with color and all that, it's a lot easier.
We're sounding like two little Barbie dolls, no?
Yeah, I mean, you are.
These Adi doll, Katrina doll. Let's dress you up. Let's
You'll take a compliment wherever you can get it, right? So it's a good thing. Even I can get an understanding of what you're saying. Yeah. But I think it's only a positive, So a lot of people are saying it's so beautiful, and as long as they're saying the rest of it is not shit, you're happy, right? So they weren't saying that. They said you're looking good, she's looking good, you're looking good together. Oh, how much more do you want?
No, I don't know. It works very well for me. This is a big film for you.
Yes.
You know, as this is a really big film because as a hero of the people, of the public, अब दुनिया देखना चाहती है कि आशिकी के बाद दोबारा you know, by the way, even the one in the middle,
Dawat.
You did a really good job.
Thank you.
You know, my friends really loved him. They say he's so easy about it. Sometimes I felt in the second half, you were still very easy about it. You've always been like that. Do you think your persona as a person sometimes comes through a little bit more than you sometimes as an actor? Do people hold that against you?
I haven't had that said to me before. And about the role as well, that's the first time I've heard something about that about the second half, because I think it did get a little serious in the second half. And
but they liked the happy-go-lucky.
But I think that was what the role was, and it was a good chance for me to get into a slightly light-hearted zone after Ashiki, kind of guy that's happy, just fat and eating his food.
You guys are really on this trip today, huh? Wait.
But I think it's a good thing as an actor. You bring yourself to every character, and you can't take that away from yourself unless you lock yourself up.
But you've not done too much after that. The hangover of Ashiki still stays. People still love you. I know for a fact that people said that they'll cut everything in their body to beat you.
He was doing prep for Fitoor. He was making his body for Fitoor. He was doing prep. That's why he didn't have time to do so much.
You know, it's for me. I never look at it as a negative, because when they look at me, I'm the guy from Ashiki. They're Ashiki wala hero. You know, and I'm honored that everyone first of all knows me and knows me by that, because that's the film that changed my life. I do understand that I'm going to have to do quite a bit of work and good work and kind of meaningful work.
30 years later, still Ashiki hero.
Correct.
You don't want that.
No, but you know, if I'm going to sit in the present and keep thinking, you know, am I going to turn out to be the Ashiki boy for the rest of my life? That's no way to live, I'm happy enough to have a couple of films, and hopefully they are impactful and that changes. But you know, in some way, it'll be a very difficult role to kind of move out of that shadow in a sense.
No, because of the
it
impact,
made such a connect, you know?
of course. And also the impact on cinema.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes, when you watch a lot of cinema, do you sometimes go back and say, I prefer this part, this character of mine a little bit more and this one a little less? Have you started looking at your body of work and making comments on that now?
No, of course I have. I have an opinion on how all of my films have turned out, and whether it's okay. You know, this one I think we really did what we wanted to and what we set out to do. This one, okay, no, I think this is where it got a little let down here, got a little let down there. Okay, no, on this one we could have done this portion better. So I always have my, I wouldn't call it judgment, but I also have my analysis at the end of the film. What I could have done better. What, very.
She is very critical.
Yeah?
Very.
Yeah.
That's why I don't need critics. So people say, how do you take criticism? I say I take it very well because nobody is a harsher critic on myself
very
than
high
me.
standards.
But I have to say something, you know, so I feel it's brilliant. Nobody ever thinks that you can do things wrong. You're like the perfect Barbie girl of India. And it's true, you've proven that in 7, 8 years. It doesn't matter.
No, you're being kind by saying 7, 8 years, no? It's actually been like, yeah,
no,
a little more.
I'm being nice. No, so what I'm saying is, it's true. You've never actually walked away with people taking you apart. And that's never happened to any actress. I will not need to name them. You know, every single actress has gone through times where people have been very harsh on them, but they've never been harsh on you. So that's pretty good, isn't it?
Maybe God above is watching me, and you know, maybe He gives each person as much as they can take. So maybe He protects me.
No, they say you're very hardworking.
They say I do work
that
hard.
you work double as hard because you assume that people think that, you know, she'll come half on the table, but you've got to work double as hard. First with the accent, first with the Hindi, the way you looked and all that. All that's changed now. So you did go through a lot more than everyone else had to, right?
A lot, because I had those many more, you know, you could say, let's call them weaknesses, than other people. You know, Hindi not being my first language, me actually not really being a formally trained dancer in the beginning. I then took formal training and spent a lot of time on that. A lot of time. I did. A lot of people don't know that, but I spent you know, a good year and a half plus, 7 in the morning to either 11 a.m. or then if I wasn't shooting.
Every single day?
Every single day.
Wow.
And our dance teacher, our guru, Viru Krishna, if you were 5 minutes late, he'd open that, and you know, the small kirki and dawaza like that, he'd open it and shut it. And you were sent on your way.
So were you ever sent on your way?
Oh, yes. I am. And then sometimes you have to stand outside and wait. Like you know, after 10, 15 minutes, he'll let you in, so you just wait.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, I did put a lot of work into it. I did what I could. I think just because I take my profession very seriously. I'm not an architect or a doctor or a lawyer who then came into acting. Some people are. You know, I read every now and then in the papers that so and so's got this degree and that degree. But in my case, I needed
read in the papers that you don't talk about this aspect of it too much. So I give analogies of cricket. Mark Waugh and Steve were two brothers.
Okay.
Mark just didn't look like he worked very hard for the runs, but it just came very easily to him.
Okay.
And Steve Waugh, every single run that he made, it looked like he was really struggling to make the runs. So eventually people said, he's not looking like he's working hard enough. He has so much talent, he should do a little bit more. So when he retired, he said, I finished 20 years of an international career and you still keep saying the same thing. But it's irritating. So he says, maybe I didn't speak enough about it because I didn't think it was required. Do you think sometimes that people hold that against you and they say that?
What should I speak about? Sorry, you lost me.
About her journey and about your
we went on to cricket stories, and there were 2 guys, and there was a bat, and there was a field.
What I'm saying is, you know what? People sometimes think that it's all come very easy to you.
Acha, like that.
Yes. And she doesn't work hard enough to actually make it more.
So maybe we talk about your waiting outside for Master G.
Yeah.
We should talk about that more.
These
no,
why not?
I've put in the, what do you call it?
The hours?
No. You know, you pay the
pay your dues.
Yeah, you pay your dues. I've paid my dues. I'm sure you know because me and you've spoken about it. I've actually done 3 South Indian films, so 2 in Telugu and 1 in Malayalam, where actually I had to say the lines in Malayalam. And you know, because sometimes people they give you numbers or they give you they make you say it in Hindi and they dub over it. But the people there actually had me speak the lines in Malayalam. So I've done my share of waking up at 6 in the morning, wearing my costume, sitting on a bus with the entire unit for a Telugu film, going to location.
I think it's common knowledge that she's put in the hours and put in the work, yeah. Because I think it's university has that respect.
People. Half of it is on the platter because of the way she looks. I speak the common man's voice here. When sometimes they say that, and there because everything is always with a smile. You're never frowning. It's never sad. With you, because of that one film, They feel, Arey, he's always been
in
sad.
turmoil.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Maybe that zone is there. So now the two of you come in together in this fantastic film. I've always enjoyed Abhishek Kapoor. You know why? Why? Because I think his attention to detail, he's no nonsense. He's a little over the top sometimes. He's got a bit of an angry fissure. So
Why does everyone say this about Abhishek, that he has a temper, like he has a...
Because I met him when he's got a temper.
Oh.
Acha.
He's unpredictable.
But was it there on the set?
You know what it is? I'll tell you the thing with Abhishek. I think I've kind of figured out one aspect of him.
So
He's childlike. He's very childlike. So how a child likes something, how do they comfort? Like that, no? Your baby wants a chocolate, he goes, ah. Yes, so if you do a good shot, his response is like, wow, yeah, wow. If you do
But if you
something he
don't do a
doesn't
good
like,
shot-
then what does the baby do when he's unhappy? He
break
throws his
things.
toys out of the pram. No, no, like that. It's not good. No, Adi, no,
So did he
yeah.
break stuff on the
yeah,
set?
do one more. No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
But the face is such that it's
Sometimes you're supposed to
evident.
hide from the actor that he's not
Yeah.
done a good take. But with him, you know, he doesn't get angry. He's just be like, you know, and an actor, you suddenly get very affected if someone's like, just made what you've done.
Yeah,
shit,
because you're
you know?
looking at the director say, is it good? No. Oh, shit, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
This film, when it comes together and you see Katrina Kaif walking in, yeah? She's been a lot of men's fantasy. She's been a lot of men's lovely girl. And people have loved her. They've always wanted to be with her, acting with her, sitting with her, having a sip of coffee with her. There's some ads that she does. They want to be that chocolate also.
Yeah.
And suddenly now...
He's been with me in that ad.
I wasn't the chocolate
The mango.
unfortunately.
He was with me at the mango. We were
So suddenly
together with the
you're
mango.
there with her in this film now. So describe it. Life's been a whirlwind for 2 years, and now things are out there. I know that you, Ranvijay always told me this, that you want to be very hard as an actor as well. You know, you want to go out there and you want to be the best that there is. And, you know, that's always been there with you. So now you've got this shot with Katrina. The first day of shooting.
Yeah.
Were there any workshops, by the way?
No,
she
we
probably had
didn't-
no time.
No, she didn't have time. She's a busy girl.
You be quiet. Shut up.
So the first day of set.
So
how
the
was
first day
shooting?
of set, funnily enough, we were shooting the climax of the film. I can't tell you what the climax is,
yeah.
but it was the climax. So it's like we've lived the whole film together, and you know that's what you have to reach to as an actor. So it was not a day to like.
So
get...
basically, in the climax, Adi was like, "Listen, I just think you should kiss me," and you know that's how it is. It's the culmination of love
Yeah.
story. I'm like,
And I was
"It's
like,
the
I think we
first
should
day
have
you met
workshop."
me. How dare you say this to me?" So
Yeah. I tried. You know, you can't fault me for trying.
No, of course,
Yeah.
of course. And she's got a great sense of humor, isn't it?
Yeah, she
she actually throws
he
these
thinks I'm
one-liners
joking,
in
huh?
between.
He thinks I'm joking.
Yeah, actually.
So I actually, yeah.
That's
it's like,
that's what you said.
Gotta be a kiss man.
Yeah.
But it's nice. So you walked to the second day. Was back to the first day of shoot? Or
I was like, I think we should reshoot the kiss. You know. So, no, but what's your question? Then was I happy and
No,
just?
the first day. How'd you break the ice with her?
No, I'd met her a few times before, but I think, yeah, we hadn't really. Once you start working together on set, that's when the meter really comes down.
We have common friends. Like I think our friends' social circle is actually very similar, very very similar. So we know each other.
Are you slightly different if you're acting together and if you're just meeting as friends?
Well,
Absolutely,
normally
yeah.
when I see him, that's been a few times where I see him where I'm kind of like, put that PlayStation away, and now I'm
Okay,
seeing him
okay.
as an actor.
Yeah, no, it has to be
So,
different. I think it's
yeah.
unhealthy if it's kind of the same vibe. You have to kind of go into the vibe of whatever you're shooting. So I think we're both aware of that when you're shooting scenes that require a
So
certain
one thing you
mood.
don't like about Katrina on the set.
One thing I don't
You
like
be
about
very careful.
Don't look at her. You look over here. You look over here.
Carefully.
On the set, no, she's. There's no problem on the set.
But I think you need to change it to off
All
the
right,
set.
let's change it to off the set.
set. It seems
Once
to be...
Abhishek said, "God, that's brilliant."
You know, sometimes
There seems
because
to be
she's done
some
this is
pent-up emotions.
She has this very certain ideas of what might, which is very right most of the time. She's 80% of the time she's right about what looks good.
20% is a large.
80%?
About listen at least to what I'm saying.
99?
So, about what she thinks looks good on her, or you know. When she's looking a certain way, about how she's looking, okay? She's very clear.
Okay.
But sometimes I feel that she could have a more open mind to
Your suggestions.
well, my suggestion was sure, and different types of
Got it.
you know what I'm trying to say? Aesthetic.
Aesthetic. So you don't like the way she dresses up and sets herself.
No, but sometimes-
Salil, let me just tell you the behind-the-scenes conversation when I've come in the morning. He's looked at my dress.
I like this dress. It's a perfectly nice dress.
Nice dress. Those shoes?
You know, I know
So
I'm stupid for
Adi
saying that
thinks
Katrina
he's
Kaif doesn't
a
know what looks good or not.
fashionista.
Come on. Look at this knit I'm wearing today.
Look
Isn't
at
it
the
nice?
knit.
Look at this.
Okay,
It's
so I'm
a
going to give you a shot.
lovely knit.
Okay, I'm
I
going to give you a
love the
shot.
knit.
Yeah, why are you hiding those muscles of yours, man?
No, but that's why it's skin tight.
Oh,
Skin
acha,
tight.
It's the subtle vibe. You know, it's like I just got my muscles. You know, I'm not flaunting them, but they're here. Just, you know,
So now, what is it? The one thing about Aditya that irritates you?
Oh,
he doesn't
she's gonna
trust me
let it rip.
enough.
No. So
don't
I have a
like
feeling that you have a
I'm
longer
too-
list. So
I'm too kind.
We'll stick to the set.
I've got too much love in my heart, on and off the set. I just feel he should trust me a little more.
Oh, okay.
We're giving you the real stuff, huh?
But it's cool. So if he does trust you, I know as an actor, there's a lot of give and take here. But otherwise, are you talking about career advice?
No, but I do trust her a lot. I really am of the opinion that she is very aware of the entirety of the scene, because some actors are just very worried about what they're doing.
Yeah,
But she, I think out of the experience that she has, realizes that if it doesn't work as a whole, it doesn't work. So she was kind of looking out for me a lot during the course of the film. And of course, sometimes I will have my own opinions. You don't have to agree with everything.
Now, I want Adi to agree with me, whatever I say.
All the time.
That is also not healthy, no?
I think he should agree with everything.
Adi, wear a frock. Yeah,
Great expectations, always.
And what did you ask?
I said
The career advice, no?
Yeah.
Even the career advice, yeah.
I take your
He needs
career
to trust
advice.
me more. He needs to
Okay.
trust me more.
So I have a feeling you need to talk a little bit more with each other.
He's got it. I think we should see a shrink. I think we should just get a couch. We should go see.
Like how married couples
We should
do.
how married couples do. And we should just get out. You know, we should just express it all. You know, like,
Yeah.
but you said this.
For promotion-
but
for promotions
you
go
did that.
well.
We should just We should.
Because if we're treating him like the shrink right now,
We
we're giving him
gotta
our
see a
real...
shrink.
And
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is life a little bit tough these days for you? It's all okay? I'm just asking a simple little
All
question.
good. Fitoor is around the corner.
Absolutely.
Happy
We've
as
got
ever.
a knit. He's
Yeah,
wearing
we've got a
knits.
knit,
He's got muscles
muscle.
underneath the knit. What do you want?
Okay, so we come back to the fact that also there's great expectations, and there's a book, and everyone wants to think of the comparisons, who is what and what is where.
Yes.
So,
So Adi is a Stella and I'm Pip, and that's the way it goes.
no, but otherwise, when you read the book, I mean, it's very tough. It is almost impossible for a reader to enjoy the film as much if they've liked the book, and B, because of the scale, you can build anything you want in a film, in a book. And if you have whatever budget you want, you can make any film you want. That's why you have Harry Potter.
Right.
But this isn't Harry Potter.
No.
So Fitoor always has to work within the limitations. So over there, did you feel that you try to stay true to whatever you could in the book, or did you not even want to read the book?
See, in my case, I didn't read the book. She had.
Yeah,
I had
of course,
watched.
every girl has.
Yes, I know how to read. She's saying 68.67% in my SSC.
That's not something nice to say. You should say 98 or something.
That's like 90 for me, man. I'm telling you, I'm very proud of this number. I got into and all.
See what I mean?
Also on
The
sports
couch, the shrink, we need it.
You need PR skills. 68 is not the. He's a good-looking boy.
He's a good looking.
It looked a little bit more. I was sounding weird when I said, "Bada good-looking lag raha hai." They said, "Dude, it's okay, man. It's fine." But you worked very hard on that, yeah.
I worked.
You know, all the
we hate
guys
you.
have been saying that.
But that's true because he's
Bosco
blessed
also
with
say
hair.
that.
Look at his hair.
Bosco
He's
also
always had
said
hair.
that.
And his
Yeah, he's a
jaw.
good-looking boy, huh?
Good-looking boy.
Good-looking boy.
Good-looking boy.
So tell me, the expectations, were they too much?
You want to talk about my weight loss?
No, bro.
That's another. The expectations were not at all too much. Yeah, you can't take pressure unnecessarily. You're going to have to. Some people are going to like it, some people are not. Gattu has done his own thing with the book. He's kind of adapted it to
Of
Kashmir,
course.
and he's adapted to Kashmir in a beautiful way. I think it lends itself beautifully to the story and the mood. I didn't read the book because as an actor, I felt like if I read something in the book and it's not there in the script, I'm going to be looking for clues which do not exist, and I'll be confusing myself. So I stayed away from that. And
That's what he told himself to make himself feel better.
you have a mic, Nick. What is it?
So I got
That's what you
part of
told
it.
yourself to make yourself feel better.
No. I
He
did.
should have been in the book. He should have been doing the workshops. He should have been reading the script. He
I
should have
did
been
all
doing
that, yeah.
Is he
No,
doing-
but he's a very hardworking boy. In fact, he's the only actor I know when you say, you should fight, like, mazak mein. He doesn't fight mazak mein. He actually hits
Hey,
you.
come on.
So, you actually have occasions where Aditya Kapur has to be told, don't hold the hand so hard because it's just a shot of the face.
We had a bit of a...
Yeah, I know. I had blood coming down from here. You know that he hit me so hard.
No,
I
I
didn't hit you. The blood didn't come.
Okay, so but coming back, when you walked out of the last shot, had you killed it? Do you think you'd killed it?
No, I was kind of, I don't know, man. I'm one of those that
Okay, we'll
just-
ask
I'll tell you the last shot. The last shot we did for this film,
Yeah.
we had the union shutting down the shoot because we were begging them. I had my hands full. I was begging them. There's a shot in Pashmina where I'm flying towards Adi. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no harness in that shot, which I'm sure you can see,
Yeah.
and it's a little tricky because if he doesn't catch me, I land smack on the floor, and we had not rehearsed it because it was
Wow.
a last-minute thing.
Okay.
So I'm looking at Adi,
And that's the
looking
end
at
of
him
my
in his
career.
eyes like this, going, "Don't drop me. Just look at me. Don't drop me." You know, trying to connect, do that soul-to-soul connect thing. And Adi's like, "Yeah, okay, not gonna drop you." The union is over there. "Okay, guys, time to shut
Band karo."
down. Band karo. And it's Christmas. What was it? The day before New Year's, 31st,
And
the
did he
30th
drop
of
you?
December. He did not drop
I
me.
did not drop you. You cannot drop
But there
Katrina's
was a lot
cap
of
on her
pressure.
face.
So when you said when he walked off the set after doing the last shot, what were you feeling at that
I was feeling
moment?
like I just danced for 3 days and not used to that. So I was patting
Yeah, I
myself
was
on the
going to
back.
say, so we all know about her dance.
Yeah, man.
What about you? This is not but you're still lucky because it's more, one of those.
This is very tricky to do. In fact, it's deceptively tough. Because you can come across looking very effeminate if you're not doing it right, because
Right.
the kinds of steps are very like la la la.
Yeah.
So you have to have a certain kind of. I did like 3 days of rehearsal and I found that it was trickier than it looks.
Actually, what happened? I'm going to tell you this secret story, which Adi's not saying.
I have a feeling we should just have you say, this is what was thought of, this is what has been printed. Let's have the real story now. So let's come to it.
Adi did 3 days of rehearsal, like a really good, hard-working boy, like
Yeah.
you said, and we actually both of us worked really, really hard. And then the choreographer came, who was our dear friend, my dear friend Bosco, and said, "Nay, not working, not happening." Changed it, and then he had to start from scratch.
Yeah, man.
And he had about 2 days. He had
So
about
are you
2
good to
days.
pick up? But do you pick
I'm
up well?
not good to pick up, I'm fine. But then what do you do when you pick up? It's just, it's tricky. It's a very tricky. And we had only 2 days to learn new steps, so it was kind of.
But say some nice things about him. Be nice.
I'll
to
tell you
him.
the nice thing
Nice thing.
is that
Go on
he's
and on.
very, very secure with the lifts. So in this kind of dance, it's a lot of partner work.
Yeah.
So you need to have strength, you need to have balance, and you need to be, you need to be confident of how you're holding.
I'm a pickup
The
artist,
lady,
actually.
the lady,
And
yes.
pickup artist.
You need to be
And he's had a
confident
lot
how
of
you're
women in his
holding
life, hasn't he?
So there's a lot of shots where you just gotta run and you have to take that leap, literal leap of faith. So there's a shot where he's kind of spinning around with me in his arms, which is actually, according to me, one of my most beautiful, most romantic shots I've done in my career. It's
Wow,
where
that's
the
big,
white
huh?
shot where the white shot where you're holding me like that, and it's like a wide telly shot, and we're just spinning.
But for her, also, it took her some time
It's
to
beautiful.
start trusting, because
Yeah?
you're jumping and you're hoping that the guy catches you.
So before everything, I would look at him, and he'd be like, I say, Adi, look at me. Look at me. There would be this intense romantic moment where I'd be looking into my eyes. Don't drop me.
You should be like, kill if you drop me.
I have a
Motherfucker."
feeling it'll be real fun to shoot with Katrina, Kaif, because I don't think we'll be talking. I mean, once the shot is done, is there a lot of other fun stuff that happens? The chat, the games. Do you play anything on the set, or you go back into your van and you shut the door?
We played cricket one top, one hand.
With her?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Adi's
One top, one hand. That's cheap, man. 'Cause every girl's going to actually give you
No,
one top.
he's a good cricket player. So.
He's a very
But
good
he
bowler. I know
humored-
about that.
He humored me to a certain extent, not enough. I've had other actors make more special rules.
So you
and
like a
allowances
darbar
for me.
where people will Katrina ma'am ke liye thoda kiya
Yeah, like we have rules and all. When we were playing cricket in another film I did, Mere Brother Ki Dulan, we had rules that if you catch, if someone catches me, I'm not out.
I made it hard for her.
It was just
I was
a
like,
rule.
she
It
got out, I was like,
you
give me the
catch
bat.
it, and then one goes, yay, and then they look at me, and then they drop the ball. And I go, oh.
And then she'd make those eyes saying, Adi, let me bat. And nothing, give it here.
No, so I'm one of those people who gets out. I take the stumps and I take the bat. I say it's my stuff and I'm going now. So I'm one of those.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that.
Yeah, you should always do that. I like this. Yeah, you've always been very non-star-like, which is great to see, and it's very tough. I know it's very, very tough for someone like you to be in, and I hope this really works for you. It's
I hope so too.
half the battle. Yeah, I hope it works for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you, I'm happy you hope so.
No, but eventually, I think this film is going to work on a number of accounts because all three of them have worked fantastically well together. Till the next time, guys, take care, bye-bye, and I will see you soon.